nation, no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what is going on? We got some breaking news to get into, but before we do, today's show is presented by Only One Nation. Y'all need to go to onlyoneNation60.com. Use code BLK30, stands for Black 30. It's our Black Friday sale where you can get 30% off on everything. So the Raiders signed 2 players, and at the end, I'm going to tell you the guy who is done for the season due to an injury. But let's get into it. The Raiders have gone out and signed Takk McKinley, and he literally just tweeted, "I'm ready to get to work." So if you remember, I've talked about Takk multiple times here on the show. He failed his physical with the Bengals, and then he went back to waivers. The 49ers put in a claim for him, and then he failed that physical as well. So the Raiders have put in a claim for Takk McKinley now 3 times. This time, they end up getting him. The Raiders clearly need pass rush help. That's why they went out and got Takk. But wait, that wasn't the only move they made today. They went out and signed Vic Beasley as well. Both players have had pass where they've been very good, but of recent, well, not so good. So he worked out for the Raiders today, and in this move, they moved on from Dayton Jones. And for me, I'll tell you what, I am really excited to see the Raiders making a move, and I understand that loss to the Chiefs, that one was a tough one. To me, though, this is John Gruden, this is Paul Guenther looking themselves in the mirror, looking the defense in the mirror and saying this: we need to make changes. If we want to be able to compete, we need to be able to get after the quarterback. The only player on this team that's been consistently getting after the QB has been Max Crosby. Now, I don't know if we're going to get the good version of Vic Beasley. I don't know if we're going to get the good version of Takk McKinley. But you know what Vegas is about? Rolling the dice. And this is a big-time move. I think it's low risk, high reward. So we went out and made 2 moves. Here at the Raiders Report, we're all about the nation, where you guys can get yourself a voice. So I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. Out of the 2 players that the Raiders signed, who's the better one? Remember, Vic Beasley is on the practice squad. Takk McKinley, he's on the active roster. If you think it's Beasley, type BB. If you think it's going to be Takk McKinley, I want you to type TM. Let's look at some numbers now. This is Takk McKinley in his 4 games this season. 8 tackles, a tackle for a loss, a sack, and yes, 1 pass breakup. Now, obviously, this isn't the type of numbers the Atlanta Falcons were hoping to get, especially when you drafted this guy out of the first round from UCLA. He's had some ups, he's had some downs. Now, when he's been healthy, he's been good. But just like Vic Beasley, there's been a lot of questions whether or not how much Takk loves football. There's been questions how much in shape this guy is. But I do know one thing. The Raiders really lacked depth because they didn't have Cleveland Ferrell, you didn't have Mo Hurst, and you didn't have Daniel Ross this past week, and it showed. There were way too many guys looking like this. What does that mean? Hands on the hips, breathing heavy. You can't do that when you're going up against Patrick Mahomes. So you go out, you add Takk McKinley to your offensive line, and I believe that was the correct, we do have the correct depth chart. If you guys want to go to it here, I did update it. So we have Takk McKinley. A reminder, Vic Beasley, he is, remember, on the practice squad. But a guy like Malik Collins, a guy like Jonathan Hankins, I mean, there's a lot of pictures here. And yes, I understand that says Mo Hurst. It's a picture of Malik. That's on me. I thought I had it right. I was trying to rush it through to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible. But as you can see, there are a lot of guys that are banged up here from top to bottom. But you need more consistent play. So hopefully a guy like Beasley and Arden Key, they can match up, get more pressure. Maybe a combination of Carl Nassib and Takk McKinley. That's what we're looking for here. But what we wanted to be able to do is bring you guys the updated news and rumors. That's what the Raiders Report's about. So make sure you go ahead, click that big red button that says subscribe down there below, because I want you to subscribe to the Raiders Report. That way you don't miss any of the latest news or rumors. And also, I'm going to be live tomorrow, so make sure you're tuning in. All right, so today's show is presented by Only One Nation, and they got a hell of a deal going on right now. Black Friday. It's on Friday. So I want you to take advantage of this deal that started today. 30% off. Use code BLK30. It stands for Black 30 at onlyoneNation60.com. They got some of the best hats, best face masks, best t-shirts. This t-shirt, oh man, that's Rob. That's one of the owners. That is an up-close personal shot at Rob. That's one of my dudes right there. But you got die-hard Raider fans bringing you new gear. That's what it's about. So go support the sponsors. Go support a smaller company as well that's just trying to get their name out there. OnlyOneNation60.com, code BLACK30 for 30% off. All right, y'all, Vic Beasley, he is on the practice squad, and this is one of those moves where when it happened, I was like, man, I'm a little bit surprised about that. Now, for me, I wanted Takk McKinley over Vic Beasley, but for the Raiders, you just needed to be able to add a little bit more depth. Now, what kind of Vic Beasley are we going to get? Are we going to get the 2016 version of Beasley where he's putting up 15.5 sacks? Because I know one thing, I don't want this version of him. So the Titans, they go out, they pay him $9 million, and he, well, just put it simply, he was out of shape, he showed up to camp fat, and he didn't show up ready to rock and roll. The story of Vic Beasley in his entire career, he has had, I should say, some very solid seasons. But he has also shown when he has been paid, he has then gotten fat and he has gotten lazy. What I'm hoping is John Gruden gives him that Chucky-looking growl, and Mike Mayock says, hey, man, you want to stick around? You want to stick in the National Football League? Plus, you get some other dudes like Max Crosby, Cleveland Ferrell, some of these younger guys that aren't going to take mediocre, not going to take satisfactory. They're going to get on Vic Beasley, and I'm hoping that Raider Nation does too, because if he's not ready, yeah, he's going to have a rude awakening. So grade the signing here of Vic Beasley, A, B, C, D, or F. This is the one that I'm curious about, because about 3 weeks ago, I talked about the Raiders going out and signing Vic. I said I wanted no part of him. So now he's here. He's in silver and black. So be honest with me, A, B, C, D, or F. I want you to grade the signing of Vic Beasley. Last thing we got to talk about, and it breaks my heart a little bit, Richie Incognito. He is done for the 2020 season. He is going to miss the remainder of the season. He's going to have foot surgery. That's the report. It's basically Achilles surgery. Remember, he hasn't played since the Saints game, and he has just been battling. And sure, the Raiders went out and signed him to a 2-year extension this past offseason. I'm hoping that the 36-year-olds can bounce back, but I don't know. I'm only 27 years old, and I think if I had an Achilles injury, I don't know how quick I'd be able to bounce back. Luckily for the Raiders, and shout out to Tom Cable here. If any of you loyal watchers know that I used to rip on Tom Cable a lot, he has done a fantastic job with this offensive line, and now you just got to say, hey, Denzel Good, hey, Gabe Jackson, you got to continue to play well, and, Denzel, he's been playing awfully bueno, in my opinion. Trent Brown, he is still out, been battling some issues with COVID. Colt Miller continues to prove that he's one of the best left tackles in the National Football League. Yes, I will go on record in saying that he has been that good, but no Incognito means Denzel, Gabe Jackson. You need to continue to be able to protect Derek Carr. But Richie, everyone watching, if you made it this far in the video, I want y'all, and you better, wish Richie Incognito a speedy recovery. Type 64 down in the comment section if you made it this far again, and if you have any questions that I might have missed, you can always hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. I'm at MitchellRens365.